Aloha, Richard Halverson here. This is ITS148, and today's the 14th of October. Let me share my screen. And so we are here, and we're right at the end of chapter 12. We're in here. And so I'm going to cover that. I did cover this assignment yesterday. I actually covered the assignment 2 videos ago and last video, and the last video was a much better description. I actually modified I added a few things to the assignment, started out by making part 1 easier, and then I just added a couple things here, and it's pretty fast. It's all covered in the last video. So let's go to the textbook. And we are in chapter 12. So we've covered all these sections. I didn't cover binary data too much. If you ever need to write code that manipulates image files and so on, that's what that's about. I did cover the command line arguments. So that's what this part 3 is, just simply taking this program and modifying it to accept command line arguments, which is pretty easy. I used the with statement when I was showing you the code writing yesterday, and I'll probably use it today. Comma separated files. I haven't covered these, but the next assignment will very likely have something to do with comma separated files. Basically, all they are is you use this module called the CSV module, and that allows you to read lines of a comma separated file. And a comma separated file looks like see, I don't know, do I have one around someplace? Here, oh, well, this is a tab separated file that we created for the last assignment, and that just looks like, that just looks like this. And it's each of these fields is separated by a tab. There's a tab in here, it's a tab. And a comma separated file is simply there's commas instead of tabs. And so you can use this module to read a tab delimited file, a tab separated file, by just specifying the delimiter not as a comma but as a tab. And so that's just basically what this does. This particular so it shows you read up the whole file into here, and then you pull them out. You pull it out one at a time, and you're able to access the elements of the list. So each row is a list, and you access the list by indexing the list, just like this here. So anyway, this will become much clearer. The use of this will become much clearer in the next assignment, but it's pretty straightforward. So all right, so let's take a look at these. We did this lab already pretty extensively. I think this might be the answer. So let's look at the next lab. Okay, so this lab, it's called file name change. And so basically we have this file. It's got this file that's got it's got a file that's got a list of file names. Okay, so here the file looks like this: parkphotos.txt, and inside this file is a list of file names. And what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to read this list of file names, and then we're supposed to change every underscore photo.jpg. We're supposed to replace or change that to underscore info.txt. So, you know, the idea here is he's got a bunch of photos here, and then he's got some information about each one. So that's all we got to do. Just read up this file, and this is what the file looks like. So I'm going to click on download, and I'm going to save it. I'm going to click on download, and I'm going to open it. And the file just looks like this, and I can open it in as a text, using Notepad, and you see this is what the file looks like. Okay, so I'll tell you what, I'm gonna let's see, this is 140. I'll just do it. I'll just do it in here. All right. Got some notes around here someplace. Okay, so first of all, I gotta ask the user for the input file, right? Reads the name of the text file containing the list of photos. And where does it output the file? So I guess this. All right, well, I'm just going to start writing the code here. Okay, so first I have to ask the user for the name of the input file. So I'm going to call it the input file equals input that. And then let's open it up. And the handle, I'm going to call it F. I'll just call it F equals open, and then the name of this input file. Okay, so now I've got this F, and I can for each name in F, what I want to do is I want to make a name equal. Now I'm going to use the replace function, right? Let's see, Python replace. Python string replace. It is, you just like this. You've got a string, and a string has this replace method connected to it, and this is going to change the word bananas to apples. And so this is the save it in here. So that's the form. So I'm going to say name equals name dot replace. And I'm going to replace the underscore photo.jpg. I'm going to replace that with underscore info.txt. And I'm going to do that for each name in, and then I'm going to write it back out again. Oh, this just displays it out on the screen. This just displays it out. Is that all it does? Let's see. And outputs the modified file name. That's all, it just outputs it. Okay, so it outputs it to the screen, I guess. Okay, so fine. Print name. So I'm going to do this name, and I'm going to see what happens. All right, I'm going to develop mode. I'm going to say the name of the file is parksphotos.txt. the name of the file, this one, and let's see what happens when I run it. Okay, now you notice it's got a space in between each one. The reason it's got a space in between each one is because all it did was it replaced this. It replaced that with info.txt, but there's already a return character. There's already a return character at the end of this line that it replaced. See, it takes this line, and then after that it takes this line, and then after that it takes this line. Well, each of these lines already has a return character in it. So the return character is still there. We are just replacing this part with something else, and this part that it's replacing with something else is inside of, it's embedded in, it's got this on the left and it's got a return character on the right. So, but the print statement we're using prints out, it also prints out a return characters. So what we got to do is not print out the return character. And so I used to and equals nothing. And then now it won't print out the return character. And we get something that more looks like this. Okay, so we have not closed the file, but you can do that. You may not get all the points because we haven't closed this file. We've opened it, ran it, and we haven't closed it. But turns out that whenever you run a program, if you've left some files open, they automatically close when the program is done running. So you don't really have to do that. All right, well, that's 12.9. Let's go to 12.10 and see what this one is about. So we have a set of text files containing synonyms for different words. Complete. Okay, so given this file, complete the main program to output the synonyms for a specific word. Each text file contains synonyms for the word specified in the file's name. And each row within the file lists the words synonyms that begin with the same letter, separated by space. The program reads a word and a letter from the user and opens the text file associated with the input word. The program then stores the contents of the text file into a dictionary predefined in the program. And finally, the program searches the dictionary and outputs all the synonyms that begin with that input letter. One synonym per line. Or a message if no synonyms that begin with that input letter are found. Okay, so let's say we have okay, so if the input of the program is like this, let's say you type in the word educate, and then you want to find all the synonyms for the word educate that begin with the letter C. And so when we look at this educate.txt here, let's download these. I'm going to open it with Windows Explorer, and then I'm going to open up my ITS148 folder, and I'm going to take this one and this one and this one, and I'm going to see if I can put them in here. Oh, look, here they are. And so when we look at educate, we see that we've got, here's all the synonyms for educate that begin with a B. Brief, oh yeah, you brief somebody. C, civilize, educate. All right, so anyway, so that's what this is. And so if the person types in educate and then a C, it's going to print out civilize, and then on the next line, it's going to print out coach, and then on the next line, it'll print out cultivate. So, so that's that. So let's start typing in the program. First of all, we need to so I'm going to have a dictionary. All right, well, I'm just going to define a dictionary, I guess, called synonyms. Oh, it's already here. Okay. And then I'm going to ask for a word. Ask for a word equals input. And then I'm going to ask for a character, input. And then I'm going to take the word and I'm going to stick a .txt at, take the word, stick a .txt at the end of it, and I'm going to open it up. So I got to take the word and it's word open. I'm going to call it the input file. Input file equals word plus .txt. And then I'm going to open up the input file. I'm going to call it F for file. Open input file. And now we're opening this file. So like if we entered educate, we're opening educate.txt. And then for each line in the file, I want to so it's a line. So it's a line of words. For each line, I want to split the line into some words. Words equals line split. And since we're going to split by space, you don't need to put anything inside here. It assumes it's a space if you don't put anything inside there. And then I'm going to have to okay, so the way this dictionary, I guess the way they like this dictionary to be is like this. So we have a, I'm going to use my, getting late. I'm going to use my ink pad here. So in this thing called educate, which looks like this, we want the dictionary to look like this. B is B is brainwash, comma, brief. And then we have comma, that's one dictionary entry. We've got a C, and that is civilize. This is the thing. Quote, coach. And then cultivate. And so on, all the way down to, you know, so there's going to be a C. That's a B and a C. There's going to be a D and an E and an F and all the way. So this particular dictionary for educate is going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 dictionary entries, one for each first letter. Oh, I'm sorry, this is not. It's 11. 11. This is part of this. It's 11. All right. So that's how the dictionary is going to work. So let's so what I've done here is I've taken the line, which is we're talking about, you know, taking this line. It's got, and I've split it into a list. And for the first one, it's 2 words. I split it into a list of 2 words for the first one. And then for the actual key to the dictionary, I'm going to say the key is the first letter of the first word. The first word, the first letter of the first word. So how's that? Oops, no, words. So this is the first word, and this is the first letter of the first word. And so that's what that is. And so what I want to do for my dictionary entry is I want to say synonyms of key equals this list of words that I just read in. Okay. And then we're done. We're done reading in. After we go through all of them, we're done reading in the dictionary. So we read the file into a dictionary. Now I've got this dictionary. Let's close. Let's do the right thing and close this file. I'm done with it. And then all I got to do is the user typed in a letter, right? And the user wants me to output all of the words, the synonyms that start with that letter. So first I have to see if that letter is in the dictionary. I have to see if that letter, if there's an entry in the dictionary with that letter as the key, as a key value. So if it's this character it read in, where's my mouse? It's this thing. So if character, oh no, if oh no, that's like if character is in synonyms, if there's an entry for character in synonyms, and I'm talking about this, okay? So if this is in this, so in other words, if B is in this, if B is, C is, G is not, there's no G in here, okay, just as an example. So if the character you entered in is in this dictionary, then you can print out all of the words. And I think it wants you to print out 1 word at a time, but I'm just gonna, for this, I'm just gonna print out the, I'm just gonna print words. Okay, so I'm gonna print the list, but you actually have to print out each word. So you wanna go 1 word at a time to print out each word, 1 line at a time. But in this example here, I'm just gonna print out the whole list and we can see what that looks like. Otherwise, okay, so if the character is in the dictionary, then we can print out the list of words. If it's not in the dictionary, then we just say print, sorry, bro, no more entries starting with character, whatever. Okay, so let's see what this looks like. I'm gonna say educate, and let's do I. Run the program. Educate. Well, let's try happy. Oh, maybe I'm only supposed to do this. Ah, wait. Oh no. Okay, for some reason, these aren't up here. It's weird. What am I doing? I'm supposed to enter, oh, just the word educate and then a C. Educate and then C. Yeah. Good. Yeah, educate and then C. Is there a period there? Oh no. Yeah. Oh, why is there a period there? Oh, what am I doing? It's my fault. Okay, now let's try it. All right, so here it printed out the list. And what you have to do is you have to do, you know, for word in words, print word, print, like that, print word. That'll do that. Okay, so let's see what else. Let's try I. Train and huh? Why does it still say train and oh, something's not right. Okay, it's not working. E, educate, C. Yeah, it's always going to the last one, so there's something wrong here. Oh, wait a second. Oh, no. Print words. No. It's wrong. Print. No. Words, what am I? Sorry. Words equals synonyms of character. There, that's how you get at the entry for the character. And then we want to print words. That was a bad mistake there. Let's see what this does. Okay, there we go. See, there's the C's. Here's the I's. And so now what you want to do is instead of that, you want to do for word in words or something like that. Print something like that. Yeah. Something like that. Except for you don't want to print this. All right. Well, anyway, it's 1 o'clock. I've finished 12. So now we're all done with the labs in chapter 12. Any questions?
All good. Thank you.
Okay, very good. See you next week. Thanks.